I've briefed everybody, but we'll do the usual format. We'll start with the broadcast guys. We'll then turn off the cameras and we'll move on to the written press, and you guys can decide your own embargoes for that. So, Jeremy from Sky, do you want to get us off and underway?
Graham, hi.
Hi, Jeremy.
See you again, and congratulations on becoming the new head coach at West Ham. How excited are you to be back in football?
Very excited. Very proud. Proud day to be head coach, manager of this amazing club. You know, it's a big tradition, big history, big expectation, big challenge. So I'm really excited. It's almost a bit like Christmas for the adults, you know. Excited, not the best of sleeps last night, but just from excitement. And really looking forward to meeting the players today. Really looking forward to meeting our supporters, getting going. Just, yeah, brilliant.
It's nearly 2 years since you left Chelsea. How many other offers did you have, and how close were you to joining Ward-Prowse?
Yeah, it's been 20 months. I think 20 months of a good rest, of a good break. And you can imagine in that time you speak to lots of people, lots of conversations with different owners and different directors and different things. But it was important that I think I chose the right option for me at the right time. And as soon as I spoke to this club, it just felt right for me. Felt right. Spoke with the board, spoke with everybody connected with the club, looked at the squad, looked at the academy. And yeah, this one felt the right one. And as I said, I'm really excited to be here. It's an amazing club with a tremendous loyal fan base that is passionate, that's knowledgeable, that knows the football, that knows what they like, knows what they want. And I think it's a good fit. So yeah, as I said, looking forward to getting started.
What can West Ham be under you, and what do you need to do here?
Well, as I said, it's an amazing tradition here. There's expectation, there's demands, there's a recent history of success, and that's what we want to, that's what we work towards. It's the first day, so my focus is on meeting the players and trying to prepare for a game in the third round of the FA Cup against Aston Villa is the main focus. But I think my experience is if you can build a team that is recognisable on the pitch, that the supporters identify with, that the supporters are proud of, the supporters enjoy watching, and you can get that trust between and that connection between the players and the supporters, and everybody's aligned, because that's the key. Everybody being aligned in terms of what we're trying to achieve, how we want to achieve it, how we want to play football, how we want to use the resources that we have. If that alignment's there, then with that trust and with that connection, why to put a scene on anything? Let's just go with the journey and be excited about it and go with a smile.
And how important was Karen Brady in bringing you here? I think your friends and former teammates of her husband.
Well, I spoke with Karen as a professional, as a member of the board. She was one of the people I've met and one of the people on the board that I've spoken to. And as I said, everybody I spoke to on the board, really positive. Really impressed with their ambition, with their professionalism, with their desire for the club, desire for the club to improve, for the desire for us to work together and to be a family and to look after each other and to go forward with determination and striving for success. So, as I said, everybody on the board that I've met, I've been really impressed with.
Just finally for me, can you talk us through your backroom appointments, and will you be happy to work with Tim Steichen, the technical director, who's had a difficult relationship, I think, with the previous two managers here?
Well, I've brought Bruno Saltor as assistant head coach, who I've worked with at my previous clubs, certainly in the UK. Narcis Pelach is a really young coach who's excellent on the grass, excellent with the players, and obviously Billy Reid, who's my assistant, who's been there for a long time. He's in a first-team coach. So that's the core group. Looking forward to working with the staff here at the club. There'll be lots of talented people, I'm sure. Part of our approach is to be collaborative, to work together. As I said, we need everybody to be pulling in the same direction. We need to be aligned. We need to use the resources we have. In the Premier League, there's lots of good players, lots of good coaches, top everywhere. So unless you're together, unless you're moving forward together, it becomes very difficult. So that's going to be the challenge, and that's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm really excited by it. And my first impressions for everybody has been really positive. Thank you.
BBC.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
You said it was important that this job was the right fit, and you felt it was. But what was that specific thing that made you think this is the job for me?
I don't think there's anything specific, Alex. I think there's when you've had lots of time to think, and you know in your head, and you've gone through that process. Sometimes it's a feeling, and you know, it's a combination of lots of factors. As I said, it was the board's ambition, the board's sort of trust and belief in me. It was looking at the playing squads. It's looking at the academy, the work that Mark Noble does behind the scenes in there. I think the supporters, as I've said, passionate, knowledgeable, loyal, challenging, all that stuff. So when you add it all up, it's a massive club. This is a massive club. But it's a family club as well. So that appeals to me as well. I think I like that connection, I like that sense of fighting together. And then when you add all that up, it just made it a good feeling.
Because of the way things ended at Chelsea and the time out of the game since taking this job, do you feel like you have something to prove coming into the job?
Well, when I listen to Pep Guardiola says he's got something to prove, if he's got something to prove, then we all have. Is the reality, and professional sport is, on one level, you've always got something to prove every day. It strives you forward. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable with who I am and what I've done, and clearly no one's perfect, and life is about taking the successes and accepting the setbacks and accepting the defeats and accepting the mistakes or whatever you want to call it, and dealing with it and making you stronger. That's part of who we are, and you guys as journalists will be the same. You won't write everything brilliantly, and sometimes maybe a piece won't be so good, and you reflect on that and go, okay, maybe I can do something better. It's just how it is. But I think I'm a better person now for the experience, a better coach for the experience, and well rested. 12 years of non-stop, been a football coach across 3 different countries, climbing from the 4th tier to the last 8 of the Champions League doesn't come for free. So the breaks done me good, gives me the chance to reflect, gives me the chance to think, and now I'm here, delighted to speak to you.
Paul.
Graham, Alex mentioned Chelsea. I think you mentioned that one of the difficulties there was the lack of pre-season coming in September, I think it was then. How much better equipped are you taking over mid-season here, having been through that?
Well, like anything, you benefit from experience and going through it. Every context is different. Every situation is different. But certainly having that experience of, okay, you haven't got that preparation time. That's the reality. You come in and you have to deal with what's ahead of you, and you go into it with open eyes. But the experience I've had has obviously helped, because I'm a bit wiser, and I've had the experience of what it looks like and what it feels like to go in at this time of the year. So I'll hopefully use that to my advantage. There's no right or wrong time. There's an ideal time, I guess, but sometimes when the opportunity comes up, you think, no, I've got to take it, and I want to take it, and I'm really looking forward to meeting the players. Really looking forward to starting. Great week ahead, starting with Aston Villa away in the FA Cup 3rd round. It's brilliant.
You've taken over a team that's conceded 2 goals every game on average in the Premier League. How do you balance fixing that with delivering the style of football club and fans expect and demand?
I think that's the key word you've used, balance. You can talk about attacking football and style of play, but if you're not balanced, if you're conceding goals like that, then it becomes very difficult. So balance is the key. That's how I've always thought about football. And I think, of course, you want to attack and you want to play good football. But I think, like life, there needs to be some balance, and that's something we'll look to address. I need to work with the players and find out, okay, learn about them, but I know quite a lot from the outside, but until you get, should I say, under the bonnet, you don't know for sure. But that's what I'm excited about, just to meet them and help them and get to know them and build good relationships, and do my best. Thank you.
Ian, talk to me.
Hi, Greg.
Hi. Very well.
Long time no see. You said before you want to build trust between the players and the supporters. Pretty much wherever you've been before, you haven't had to do that. Certainly not Swansea or Brighton. How are you going to go about doing that here?
I think you always have to build trust. I would sort of disagree. I think you've got to come in and you've got to, like I said, create a team that the supporters recognise and identify with, and that's the process of coaching. That's the process of working. Obviously, results help, because no matter where you are, results are the best way to convince people that you're on the right path. So that's something that we've experienced in all my jobs. What I suppose what I'm talking about is when it gets to the point where there's a real trust and connection between the team and the supporters. Everybody knows what's expected, and there's an atmosphere and expectation and a belief that when I speak about it now, it sounds quite straightforward and easy, but it isn't. It isn't, and that's where the work is, and we need to show as a team that what we're about, and we need to show that personality, that togetherness, and that fight, and that quality, because we know the supporters will buy into that, and they'll give us everything. So that's the job. It isn't easy, but that's the exciting thing.
And because of your style of play, the way you teach players, the fact you're a young British manager as well, literally every time a job's come up in certainly the Premier League, and since you've been out of work with Chelsea, your name is almost the first one to be linked with it, even with the England job. Are West Ham lucky to have you? Are you lucky to have West Ham? Is it going to be a marriage where you're both lucky to have each other?
Well, I consider myself lucky to be here. I'm thankful to be here, because I appreciate the club. I appreciate the opportunity. I apologise that my name has been linked, and everybody's flipping sick of Graham Potter linked with this job, and that's life. And believe you me, part of the 20 months is, you reflect on, or you witness the rumours that are quite strange, but there's nothing you can do to control that. That's what it is. I'm here now, very happy, very proud, very privileged to be here in this position. So I hope that I can do a good job, and the supporters will be positive to me. I have to say, so far everything's been great. The support's been brilliant. Words of encouragement have been really, really, touching. So that's nice. And now it's just to meet them all and crack on. Thank you.